Hey, so this is going to be a continuation of the last assignment, where the last assignment being the one that was writing a table that had what you would plan for a week. This one is going to be back in Excel or back in Google Sheets, and we're going to be trying to figure out a way to calculate how much all the food costs and break down what we want to actually go for shopping. I set these things up a lot of different times for work because I'm given a budget and I'm told I can get certain things from certain places and I have X amount of money. So I need to know exactly what I'm getting. I need to be able to give them a link to where it is. So I'm going to set this up the same way I've done it many, many, many times for purchasing both for like at home projects, either things for my house or just like random. My first drone I set up that I built from scratch. I did the items list like this. And then this is also sometimes a good way for like grocery shopping if you're trying to figure out how much it's all going to cost. So in the upper left, we're going to put the budget. Oops. These are titles, so just leave it as text, cost, and amount left. So the idea is for this assignment, I'm going to give $100 as your budget, and I want you to kind of see and experience how much it's going to cost to get what you put down for your list and to see if $100 is enough. Now, that being said, you originally wrote your list not knowing that you're going to have a $100 budget, so that's fine if you don't get everything. And then we're also assuming you have absolutely nothing to start with. So like milk might be lasting more than a week, or you might have extra of something, so you're not buying it again, like cereal or whatever. Very breakfast food oriented, apparently. But this is just assuming you have absolutely nothing, brand new apartment, nothing in the cupboards, probably something that you get to experience at least once in your life where you move into a place and then you just kind of go, well, I guess I'm getting Chinese tonight, or or pizza or something. But this is that idea of like how much would it all cost, and just to give you kind of a excuse to make an Excel document, organize expenses, because this is for those of you who knew me sitting in the copy room doing a lot of work. This was a lot of the time was writing Excel and doing documents with a lot of formatting, and that's part of what my experience is to do, is making stuff organized so people can figure out what I'm talking about. So I'm going to put the shopping list here. Then these are going to be titles going across, and then how much it costs, the quantity, and then I'm going to put the source. So this column, I'm not going to have you do the whole column, but I'm going to deduct points if it makes no sense. So for example, if the first item I have is cereal, and you say it costs $100 to get one, then you didn't actually look stuff up. Hold on, let me amend that. I'm going to actually put the total cost here. So I just typed over, so total cost, and then next to it, I'll put the source. Sorry, so this is what it should look like. It'll be the shopping list, the item, the cost, the quantity, and the total cost. There we go. So we'll have that. So in actuality, it costs $4.99 because if you go to priceshopper.com and type in Honey Nut Cheerios, I'm a very exciting breakfast cereal person. I do not want to complete a survey. Okay, I get, let's see, if I get the family size, it's actually the cheapest per, oh no, this is the cheapest per ounce. So it's $19 an ounce versus 26. Okay, so I'm going to get this one. So it's actually $2.99, but it's, yeah, it's 15 ounces. It must be on sale, so it's smaller. So I'm going to get $2.99, go back to my cereal there. So 2.99. Let me get two of those boxes because I don't want to run out of cereal. It's a very important thing. Now this, I want to do the math for me. So I'm going to say equals cost times, it's a little star, quantity, and then I can hit enter. And that's now going to just do my total cost. And because I don't want to have to do that again for every one of them, I'm just dragging down a ways. They're all going to say 0, which is fine. And now that I've got that in place, the cost, I'm going to put equals, let's do the sum of starting with my cereal, going down a bit. That's going to be fine. And I just hit enter. Okay. So multi-step, it's going to do it for me. And then the final step, because I want to know how much I have left. If I'm trying to like buy things, I don't want to just having to redo the math in my head. I want it to give me, so amount left is whatever I had for a budget minus, so subtraction, the cost. So that's sum. And I'll hit enter. All right. So now I know how much I have left if I was to keep going. And for I looked up ahead of time, like eggs were $2.98. I'm going to get one of the, oops, I didn't even hit the right number here. 2.98. So then there's that there. And then that goes here, which updates the cost, which updates the amount left. Now, if I was doing this for somebody, like when I'm doing purchases for weird like tech items and I want to know where I got stuff so I can go look at it later, I will actually take the website, the URL, and I'm just going to cut and I will paste it there. So if this was something that I was going to give somebody and say, here's my whole list of everything, then they have a link so they know what I'm talking about. So if you're working on more of like a project that has stuff that isn't just like cereal, or you say cereal but you want them to know what cereal, then you have a link and then the person can go to the link and it'll just pop up with, this is what I want, and then they can see the prices and match it to what you're talking about. So I'm not going to go through the rest of them. So you don't actually have to do this column, okay? What you need to do is all of this stuff. So for the $100, you're going to spend $100 and get as far as you can on your list that you had made for your schedule of like food, and then see how far you get. So your budget, these are just text. So budget, cost, amount left. The budget I'll give you is $100. The cost, you're going to add up this column, and then the amount left is going to be the budget minus the cost. So make sure it says B1 minus B2. Then these are the headings for the columns here. You have a shopping list. You have a cost. This is per item, per thing. How many you're going to get, and the total cost, which is going to be the, in this case, it's B7 times C7 to give you that. So don't do the source. See as far as you can get. This is going to be a slightly bigger project to do because you're going to have to look up a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to count this as 2 days worth of work, and thus is the last assignment I will give you for DDP. So just a few things that you've gone through in Excel, some basic calculation stuff. You made a budget calculator for whatever you might need in the future. And this is kind of a nice format for figuring out how much a project or a shopping list is going to cost. So if you have any questions on this, you can rewatch the video and like jump around as you need to, or let me know if you have any questions. This is a very powerful program and it can do so much more. So that's it for this. Before you submit this, give it a new name. I'll type out the full instructions so you have some text to refer to as to what I'm looking for. But hopefully this goes well for you. Hopefully you have a good summer, and good luck.